Hello students, in this lecture we are going to talk about structure of the Indian banking. The structure of the Indian banking system can be broadly divided into scheduled banks, non-scheduled banks and development banks. Banks that are included in the second schedule of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 are considered to be scheduled banks. All scheduled banks, they enjoy some benefits, such as these banks become eligible for debt and loan on bank rate from the RBI. These banks automatically acquires the membership of a clearing house. All banks which are not included in the second section of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 are called as non-scheduled banks. They are not eligible to borrow from the RBI for normal banking purposes except for emergencies. Scheduled banks are further divided into commercial and cooperative banks, scheduled, non-scheduled banks and development banks. Now, commercial banks. The institutions that accept deposits from the general public and advance loans with the purpose of earning profits are known as commercial banks. Commercial banks can be broadly divided into public, private, foreign banks and RRBs. In public sector banks, the majority stake is held by the government. After the recent amalgamation of smaller banks with larger banks, example of public sector bank is the State Bank of India. Then private sector banks. Private sector banks are banks where the major stakes in the equity are owned by private stakeholders of business houses. Few majority private banks in India are HDFC banks, Kotak Mahindra Bank, ICICI Bank, etc. Next is the foreign bank. Foreign bank is a bank that has its headquarters outside the country but runs its offices as a private entity at any other location outside the country. These banks are under an obligation to operate under the regulations provided by the central bank of the country as well as the rule prescribed by the parent organization located outside India. Example of foreign bank is the Citibank. Next is the RRB, that is the Regional Rural Bank. Regional Rural Banks were established under the Regional Rural Banks Ordinance 1975 with the aim of ensuring sufficient institutional credit for agriculture and other rural sectors. The area of operation of RRBs is limited to the area notified by the government. RRBs are owned jointly by the Government of India, the state government and sponsor banks. Now let's see cooperative banks. Cooperative bank is a financial entity that belongs to its members who are also the owners as well as customers of their bank. They provide their members with the numerous banking and financial services. Cooperative banks are the primary supporters of agricultural activities, some small-scale industries and self-employed workers. An example of cooperative bank in India is Mehsana Urban Cooperative Bank. At the ground level, individuals come together to form a credit cooperative society. The individuals in the society include an association of borrowers and non-borrowers residing in a particular locality and taking interest in the business affairs of one another. As membership is practically open to all inhabitants of a locality, people of different status are brought together into the common organization. All the societies in the area come together to form a central cooperative bank. Cooperative banks are further divided into two categories. Rural cooperative banks are either short-term or long-term. Short-term cooperative banks can be subdivided into state cooperative, district, central cooperative, primary agricultural credit societies. Long-term banks are either state cooperative, agricultural and rural development banks or primary cooperative, agricultural and rural development banks. Urban cooperative banks refer to primary cooperative banks located in urban and semi-urban areas. Next is the development banks. Financial institutions that provide long-term credit in order to support capital-intensive investment spread over a long period and yielding low rate of return with considerable social benefits are known as development banks. The major development banks in India are Industrial Finance Corporation of India IFCI Limited, established in 1948, Industrial Development Bank of India, that is IDBI, 1964, EXIM, that is Export Import Bank of India, established in 1982, Small Industries Development Bank of India, SIDBI, established in 1989, and National Bank of Agricultural and Rural Development, NABARD, in 1982. The banking system of country has the capability to heavily influence the development of country's economy. It is also instrumental in the development of rural and suburban regions of a country, as it provides capital for small businesses and help them to grow their business. The organized financial system comprises commercial bank, regional bank, urban cooperative banks, primary agricultural credit societies, caters to the financial service requirement of the people. The initiatives taken by the Reserve Bank and the Government of India in order to promote financial inclusion have considerably improved the access to the formal financial institutions. Therefore, the banking system of a country is very significant not only for economic growth but also for promoting economic equality. So this is regarding structure of the Indian banking. See you in the next video. Thank you.